Meeting to order. Mike, roll call.
Okay. Bertles.
Yes.
Good to see you. Engels.
Present.
Carter.
Here.
Dubravik.
Here.
Eel. Snyder.
Here.
Okay.
Next item on the agenda, approval of the agenda for July 9, 2018. Do I have a motion to approve?
A motion to approve?
Second?
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next item on the agenda, public comments. Any public comments? No public comments. Hearing none. Moving on. Item number 4, approval of the June 11, 2018 meeting minutes. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
A second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Next item on the agenda is public hearings. We have none. Item number 6, new business. We have a work application for replacing asphalt roof shingles at 455 East Cass Street, and I'm going to turn this over to you, Mike.
We have with us tonight Nathan Johnson. Nathan just recently purchased the property at 455 East Cass, the home here, and the home needs some work, to say the least. As we get into this, what he's looking to do, the application before you, is to replace the shingles on the home, and I don't even know if there are shingles on the accessory building in the rear because it's got a blue tarp over it that's been there since last summer. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Nathan purchased this home in June, and you can tell by out front he's getting stuff out and trying to clean things up. The current shingles are an old faded asphalt shingle. And so that's kind of what's there now. He also intends to, and this is interesting, the wetland in the back that's an old in-ground pool. And some interesting things. Not only is it an in-ground pool, it's got a lot of vegetation growing in it. The accessory building that you see in the left here, this is wood particle board. So this is particle board, so you kind of have a feel for the construction of the accessory building. I think part of it might have shingles, but I know part of it has the tarp. Personally, myself and our police department code enforcement officers, we had phone calls about the condition back here last summer, just concerned with rodents and other issues, and if I'm not mistaken, he's actually cleaned some of the things out of there already. So it looked, I believe, worse than this. But this just kind of gives you a feel, and his intention, which I don't believe needs approval from this commission, but his intention is to have the in-ground pool removed, filled in, etc. But that's kind of what's back there at the moment. Also, here's another view of that accessory building. And again, you can see particle board on the other side. It looks like there's some old shingles here. It looks like somebody was looks like it was heated with wood at one time as a workshop. And you can see the tarp up here. That tarp's been there since last year, to my knowledge. I mean, I remember driving by it and seeing it. And he can answer questions as to that, the condition of that. Lastly, my lengthy slide presentation. Here's another shot of the front, and again it shows the accessory building in the rear. Kind of gives a good idea of how the shingles are laid on and so forth, but essentially that's what he's doing. He's not doing anything with the windows. I've also included for him, and I gave you folks a copy of the cover letter that we use. He's going to get a welcome packet having to do with the Historic District Commission, and included are the design guidelines, which all of you have. So he'll be getting all of that, along with a newsletter that we did a year or so ago that basically gave tips on insulating for winter and different stuff like that. So that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm open for questions from me or questions you might have for Nathan.
Anybody have comments or questions about the project?
I'm just even curious, does somebody have to come here even to shingle a roof when they're going to
It
basically
shouldn't,
put the set? I don't
if it's
think so.
like for like.
Yeah, if it's
and
like
it's
for
already
like.
asphalt.
Yeah, so it's really-
technically,
Yes.
Oh, I think you do, but it's gonna get approved.
it's rubber stamp.
Yeah, I think it's,
I guess I
yeah.
haven't
Yeah.
worked in this
It's-
district yet, so
Okay.
I wanted to make sure that I was gonna do
The right thing.
diligence
Sure,
and
yeah.
make sure that you guys
Right.
were all aware, and instead
Yeah.
of somebody getting mad that I didn't ask.
Just went ahead and did the.
Right,
Is it
yeah.
going to be a single tab like what's on there? Do you know, or is it going to have a little more? Do you know?
For, are
The
you
shingles?
talking about for the shingles?
Yeah.
Shingles, everything's being torn off. There's gonna be-
Nathan, I'm gonna have you just
Sure.
stand up first, real quick, if you don't mind. Thank you, Nathan.
Okay.
Nathan Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all the shingles are going to be torn off. Actually, I had guys that wanted to do it today, but I had to make sure you guys were going to give me the thumbs up. So there's going to be shingles torn off and new OSB thrown up. I'm sure that it's the original wood slat foundation. So it's going to be all new OSB. The back is going to be all new OSB. Shingles all over it. I have, let's see, there's going to be rolled roofing for 3 feet. Titanium underlayment. As you can see on some of it, it does have in the back that there is some titanium rolled already. There is one flat section, and I just want to make sure that everything's going to be able to get off and not build up. As we all know, build up is going to add ice and water eventually into the rest of the roof.
I was just for my own curiosity, the type of shingles you were going to use.
I have Landmark Certainteed shingles.
Oh, good. Okay, cool. They look so much nicer. They have a little
Yes.
texture.
Yep.
Good.
Well, but the type of shingle, certainty, that's probably it looks like a shake. Is that
Yes.
the
Yes, yep.
intended one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
The only question I
Not
would
the
have.
3-tab. Yeah.
Yeah. The only question that I have about this project that might be relevant for the structural line that you have to the roof is how it flares out at the bottom and it sort of flares.
Mhm.
Is that going to be maintained? That would be a.
It depends on what I
area
see
of
when I
concern.
get there. I'm gonna try to keep it all the same as much as I can, depending on what we see and what. It's an old roof. For us to get into it and see what's left, I can try to get my guys to match that
Yeah.
rolled on the end.
Where it kind
Um,
of sweeps out just a little bit. I mean, that's to me a neat architectural feature.
Absolutely,
actually. Yeah.
absolutely. I don't see why it
Wouldn't
shouldn't
wanna
be able to be done. I'm sure it's just a flat cut, angles, I guess, if that makes sense. and all I'd have to do is just match that with a.
just like a 2-angle.
Gradual.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know.
And if that's what it is up there, and there's no, I guess, rotting or any decay, then yeah, I'll keep that. All it is just going to be following the pitch with 2 different pieces of OSB.
And even if it's rotted, they should be able to duplicate that. You know, what I mean, they're just replacing where it was.
I,
sort of a
I just
thing.
want to make sure that when I start pulling it
Yeah.
off, I mean, we're looking at a 100-plus-year-old house.
Yeah.
That if every one of those is decayed,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not expecting it to. Looking at the eaves, everything looks pretty much intact. But if that was the case, I would have to ask and see if that would be all right if I just went a straight out. I don't think it will happen, but that'd be something that I can't see until I pull it apart.
And that's something that the product itself is something that, like you said, I more of a good faith thing or whatever, that it's kind of blanketed to say, yes, it's okay, but because it's already asphalt, going back to asphalt, but the line of the roof, that's something that if you're actually changing the line, that's an architectural feature.
Okay.
And that would have to be approved. You know, that's something that I wouldn't support changing the roof line on.
Okay.
But honestly, when you rip it out, even if you have rotted wood, all you're doing is replacing the wood where, you know what I mean, where it was and
Right.
that at that angle.
Right. Well,
So it shouldn't be a problem, even if you have to replace some of it out to.
right. So what would, I guess, how that would look to me, if it was rotted, we'd have to marry pieces together. And for that, I guess that L or however angle it is, I guess I'd have to figure out a big enough board to be able to cut that L out and still have that pitch. I'm not saying no. I'm just trying to give everybody the idea of what that would look like up there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think you'd.
So to
I
marry-
guess I'm trying to say, I think you would actually end up changing the whole entire angle if you clip that off where it wings out. You're now changing your whole eave line. You're changing the depth of the soffit that sticks
Right.
out. That would be changed. which is an architectural feature, and you're changing the angle of the sweep, and that's an architectural feature.
Right.
And those are both contributing facets of the building that would have to be a yes or a no from this group
I
versus
understand.
the product itself,
Right,
if that
right.
makes sense.
Yep,
But I
absolutely.
don't think you'll have any problem
Yeah.
duplicating right what's there.
Is there any like leaking on the second
No,
floor?
there's
then
no-
it's
there's
probably-
no-
You're probably not gonna find any rot.
Yeah,
Even on the
probably
back
not.
building,
It's a
there's
typical
it's not
detail,
wet.
Dual pitch, I mean,
Yeah.
that's not
Yeah.
an unusual detail
Right.
at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cool house. It's
Yeah, it
nice.
is.
It's
I
kind
love
of-
that
Is
house.
it prairie, like colonial prairie?
Yep.
Prairie colonial revival? That pool.
Are
Are you sure you don't want to keep the only mosquito farm in the neighborhood?
Yeah, no, I'm good with. I'm gonna break that up. I've already got a quote from CJ Excavating to come in and break it up, make a clean line, make it look nice, and fill it all in.
Cool.
So there is one piece that I don't think I added on that side building here. That used to be a garage. There is an easement that is already documented. Whoever before, I'm not sure which group that owned it before, took and made that a cabana, they called it, the outbuilding auxiliary building. I'd plan on cutting that garage door back open and putting a garage door and making it usable. It is northern Michigan. We do have snow, and I think that would be great for the next people to actually have a usable garage. So I'm not sure if that's something we want to discuss right now, or I can come back. I guess I should have added something.
Yeah, I think
there.
it would have to be part of the application. Yeah. And
Okay,
it will make it quick,
sure.
you know, like this.
That's fine by me. I'm not planning on doing it right away.
Yeah.
I wanted to get the pertinent things done. My guys working as fast as possible. I want to eventually, take and clean it up, do the adjustments, and sell it. Get everybody a bigger valued house, get the neighborhood back to where it should be, and tax money.
So the garage door would go where the OSB panels are?
Right, it would be on the, I guess as we're looking at the picture right now, it would be coming in right here, where the boat would be.
Right, but you're going, the garage is the accessory building?
Yes, yep, that was a garage
So
at one
the-
point.
OSB panels are where the garage door was, is that?
Yes, I would just open back up where it was.
The city refers to all detached garages as technically an accessory structure. So when I say accessory building, it could be a shed, it could be a garage. But yeah, technically, if you were gonna change the exterior of that, whether it be a garage door or that, it's like this, there's no fee for the application. You just let them know what your intention is and,
And there would be siding to consider.
pardon?
Would be siding to consider. He will be putting a siding on it somehow. Trim.
If he does, yes.
Yeah, so, okay, so when you come, just so we know what the door is gonna be and
Okay.
how you're gonna
Yeah,
finish it.
that's fine. I'll make sure that I get more information for next time.
The particle board's not gonna be hard to do an upgrade to.
Right.
Right.
It's just the particle board's not gonna be hard, but it should come before them for review.
That's fine by me.
Yes.
Any other questions for
I
me?
make a motion, we approve the application roof cover shingle as submitted.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
I wanted
Aye.
to
All
say
opposed?
something.
Oh,
really
I'm
quick.
sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. I just wanted to include in there that I would approve it, assuming that the shape of it doesn't change, right?
Yes, that
Right.
should be a caveat.
Agreed.
Sure.
I would,
Agreed.
I would ask.
Fine by me.
That's important.
So as long as that doesn't change, then yeah.
All right, then it is approved, conditioned on not making any material changes to the roof line architectural features.
Sounds good to me. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the business, old business, or next item on the agenda, I'm sorry, old business, there is none. Tabled items, none. Informational items, none. Commissioner comments. Who's that? Commissioner
We're the
comments. Oh,
commissioners.
us.
That's okay.
Didn't think of myself as a commissioner.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Any comments? All right, motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
We're done.
All right, thanks,
Oh, that
guys.
was great. 17 minutes.